Welcome to another VDC training video. In today's video, we are going to dive into 4D simulations. We will explore what they are, what we need to create them, and how they can help the project team meet their goals. First, let's talk about what 4D simulations are. Most simply put, 4D simulations consist of 3D elements that have been tied to time. In the case of construction, the 3D elements come from the digital models we receive from the design teams, and the schedule that we receive is one that is done in-house from the scheduling department. These 3D models can consist of architecture, steel, MEPs, civil work, or anything that can be modeled three-dimensionally. The time portion of this process comes from the construction schedule that is developed in-house by our scheduling department in P6. Once we've acquired these elements, we can create the 4D simulation by exporting the 3D models into Synchro, our 4D modeling software. Here we have Synchro. We have already imported all the 3D model elements, and now all we have to do is break them down in their specific resources. Once they've been broken down into resources, we can tie them to the specific task in the schedule that has been imported from P6. As we can see here, we're dropping over a hoist to the construction schedule. After all the model components are tied to their respective tasks, we can begin to visualize the entire building being constructed in real time. Once all the upfront work is done with the model, it is very easy to update the schedule in Synchro as it gets developed. You can even baseline the original schedule in Synchro so that you can compare the original schedule to the new schedule. Let's examine South Bay as an example of this. On the left, you can see the original schedule from May of 2017, and on the right, a revised schedule from July of 2017. In the initial video, we noticed that the steel was going in before the concrete core. So we made revisions to this schedule to make sure that the concrete core was going in before the steel. After we did this, we noticed that there was an opportunity to do the third floor framing before the second floor framing was complete. This allowed us to speed up the schedule so that the project could get done quicker than originally anticipated. This is an example of how we can use the video to our advantage and see both schedules side by side. The simulation can also be very simple. Here we have 100 Hood Park, where we use the model to figure out the structural sequencing of steel. This helped us with crane placements as we moved across the site. It also gave us an opportunity to explore the model in further detail and involve the facade later on to explore how we would use different crews to work on different facades. Once the simulations are complete, we can bring them into the field to show the project managers and the superintendents. Here, we can bring our computers out and show them in real time what the video looks like. We can rotate around the model and even make adjustments on the fly as necessary. The advantage to this is that we can make changes based on what you guys want to do to the schedule, and then we can show you in real time. It allows us to explore multiple scenarios, and you don't actually have to change the schedule because we can do everything in Synchro itself. This is a major advantage and helps people visualize things before they make drastic scheduling changes. Using 4D simulations, we can understand how to construct a building without ever putting a shovel into the ground.